Hi, I'm Elaine from the Hernan Fortnightly Library, and welcome to No Trouble Bubbles. I hope you're all having a great summer. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to make an easy recipe for giant bubbles. It's not my recipe, it's a recipe I found online. I've cut it into thirds and it makes a little over a gallon of bubble mixture. You're going to start with 8 ounces of Dawn Platinum. That's what they recommended, was Dawn Platinum. Remember, we're using dishwashing soap, the kind you use to wash dishes with in your sink. You're going to stir in a teaspoon, a heaping teaspoon of something called guar gum. This is guar gum. I ordered mine from Amazon and it would make quite a few batches. Now this is an important step. You're going to mix it in very thoroughly into your Dawn. I tried it with a different recipe and it did not mix well, so it seems to mix much better with this Dawn Platinum. So you're going to mix that in there until it's pretty dissolved. And I'm going to pour that into this pan or plastic box. You need something big because we're going to be adding a gallon of distilled water to it. 1 gallon of distilled water. So I have that mixture in there now. I'm going to add my water. You're going to add your water, very slowly. You don't want the bubbles to start overpowering it. That also kind of makes it hard to pull back into your container. Save your distilled water container. You can try it with regular water. They recommend the distilled water. I'm going to pour this slowly in here and as gently as I can stir it. You do want it to dissolve. Again, I tried a different recipe and the guar gum did not dissolve well at all, so the platinum worked better for me. There are many different recipes and many kinds of Dawn, and a lot of people recommend different things. Then the last thing we're going to put in is a tablespoon of baking powder. Just put 1 tablespoon. Once that's all mixed well, we're going to dissolve that, again stirring very gently. It really is a fun mixture, pretty easy to make. And once that's all dissolved, you're gonna put a lid on it and let it sit at least overnight. This one people say will even work better if you let it sit for close to a week. I let it sit overnight in a couple of days and it does really well. I'm going to show you how to make some bubble makers using some supplies from a home improvement store. I went to my local store and bought a dowel, cut it in half, and then we drilled the top part of this one end of the dowel and inserted an eye screw. That's where your rope is going to go. We also bought the rope there as well. This one, I've gone ahead, it's the same thing. We have two the same. This one I've tied a small bit of rope on, and it's a good bubble maker for somebody that's a little younger. So I dipped it in my solution. You can see that makes a bubble pretty easily. Oops, let me try again. So that's a pretty simple way to make a bubble wand with stuff around the house. If you didn't have the eye screws and things, I've seen some people have tied them onto sticks and taped them down. It just would last a little longer if you invest in these pieces. You just always want to be sure you rinse your bubble stuff off when you're done, so that, one, some of our recipes have sugar in them and things, and you just don't want to get ants or just sticky or slippery in the house. But what we're going to do now is we're going to take this one and I'm going to show you how to make to make even bigger bubbles. And so we're going to use this short piece, the same short piece, and I'm going to use it to link the 2 pieces of dowel together, okay? I want to knot them a little better than I'm doing. Now on this one, I'm going to add a washer. A washer is just a disc. It's usually metal or plastic. I chose one in the hardware store or at the home improvement store that has a hole kind of closest to the size of the dimension of my rope, because I didn't want it to be flying all around. And when you use this one, you want to be really careful so that you don't sling it into somebody's head, because it is metal. So I'm going to put that on the bottom. That weights the rope down and kind of keeps it open so that you can get a big bunch of bubble mixture in there. So now I'm going to tie these to the very same eye screws. No, to be fast, I am just tying them in one quick loop. You might want to make them a little more secure than what I'm doing now. So there they are. You can see the ropes have just gone through, or through the ice screw, and the washer is down on the bottom. Gonna do its job, and I'm gonna show you, we've got some more video of these, but I'll show you a little bit about what kind of bubbles this one makes. So we get that in there, and you should see, whoops, it makes a pretty big bubble. It makes a little bubble. You can see the other parts of the video with some of them. Because you kind of need a big space. You don't want to use these around cars or paint surfaces because the solution can damage paint. So it's best to use that in a park or a big backyard. Ooh. To see how many bubbles we can get out of one stove. Getting the cameraman